Happy Monday, television family. We are back on the air live from Studio One in downtown Wenatchee. And for the first time in a long time, we are going to use Studio 2 as well. We got royalty coming in. In the back half of the hour, they crowned the Royal Court for the 2022 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, the 103rd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. We were there on Saturday night, and we telecast it. We were really happy to do that. And live in our studio with our very own Eric Granstrom, you're going to meet Princess Ansley Shearer, Princess Presley Nelson, and the Queen, Rihanna Salcedo. They will be in our studio. In the back half of the program, it is President's Day, our strangest federal holiday. I'll get to that later on today. And it's snowing. It's snowing outside of our studios. And it began snowing about a half an hour ago. Big, cold Arctic air front seeping down from British Columbia. We are in for a very chilly week. Friendly reminder, Old Man Winter is still in charge of what's happening. And we could see record-breaking overnight lows tomorrow night into Wednesday. All right, we're talking downright cold. It's still February. We got to remember that. 30 degrees outside of our studios. The snow continues to come down. We'll have news. We'll have sports. It was a busy weekend in the world of sports. We'll find out what high school basketball teams have punched their ticket to the regional round of the state tournament. We'll have that. Highlights of Wenatchee and Eastman's basketball game and wild hockey as they took on the Vernon Vipers over the weekend at the Town Toyota Center. We'll have that and everything else you need to get your Monday going. And let's see what we have camera-wise. It's a far cry from when we visited on Friday when it was a beautiful sunrise, and the sun is up. It came up at 6:55 this morning. Sunset tonight, 5:34. That's 10 hours and 39 minutes of daylight. The days are getting longer, but today, not so much. Look at that squall coming in. You can actually physically see it from our cross camera. It looks like Uriah has that zoomed out as far as he can. And we are in for some cold, snowy weather today. We're going to get about an inch of snow here in the Wenatchee Valley. Yeah, it's coming. Camera number 2. By the way, to the north of us, you're going to get more snow. I don't know, number 1 canyon? That's the number 1 canyon camera looking over to the East Wenatchee Bench and Badger Mountain, but we can't really see a great deal. And those cameras, they're in color. It's just gray. It's just gray with the snow. That's not a black and white photo. Camera number 3. Well, that's kind of more color-ish. I want to say jump off ridge. Yep, so there's a good idea of the clouds and the fog that have rolled in. That's the Stimmel Basin is all you can really see. You can't make out the Wenatchee Valley at all off in the distance. And whoa, look at the pretty birds are going. Hey, I thought it was spring. Not yet. Camera 4. It's off to McNeil Canyon now. It looks a lot clearer up there. It doesn't look too bad at all. Look how far the visibility is. You can see the lake, which is a ways away from McNeil Canyon. And you can see on a clear day, you can see forever, as Robert Goulet once sang. But it's still coming your way. Chelan's going to get some snow. Everybody's going to get a little bit of snow today. We're not going to get away from that. Good work this morning from Mr. Darby. Oh, and a bonus one. It's a Monday holiday bonus 5th camera from our PTZs up to the Alta Lake area. We go with the Billy Goat camera, looking down over Pateras, Brewster, Bridgeport, and all places to the north of us. A couple of local golf courses sent out social media posts over the weekend, getting ready for some golf. You can pretty much 86 that for the time being with the snow and the very cold air that's working its way down. And on top of all that, as this Arctic system begins to seep down, it's going to be a little windy, especially to the north of us. Look how gusty you're going to get. These are gusts, not sustained winds, but gusts. And here in the Wenatchee Valley, we're going to get some gusts about 10 to 15 miles an hour later on today. The Lake Wenatchee Plain area, perhaps a little bit stronger winds. Of course, Ellensburg always has stronger winds, as does the Columbia Basin. Driving along the I-90 corridor between Moses Lake, Ritzville, and up to Spokane could be a bit dicey if you have a high-profile rig. But watch out for some gusty winds, especially to the north and to the east of us. Really not so much in the Wenatchee Valley, but it's going to be windy and it's going to be snowy. From the National Weather Service, here we go. It is snowing as we speak. It's 30 degrees. We're going to get about an inch of snow before this day is coming. We're going to see some of the coldest air we have seen since the new year. I mean, we're going to see, look at the overnight low Tuesday night. That's close to a record overnight low on the 22nd. That is downright chilly. The Arctic air is going to come in and it's going to park itself right here. The good news is we are going to see quite a bit of sunshine once we get through today. High pressure will build up behind the cold air that's coming down. So we're going to have sunshine with a little bit of patchy morning fog. It burns out pretty quickly. We have the days are, of course, much longer now than it was just a month ago. So lots of sunshine, but very chilly temperatures. Look at the overnight lows. Boy, I hope your furnace is still working good. You're going to need it all week long before a gradual, and I mean a gradual warming trend begins on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So get ready for a chilly, chilly week here in the Wenatchee Valley and all of north central Washington. Up to the pass as we go. Your pass report brought to you by D.A. Davidson, the strength of a trusted partner, and personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Member SIPC, live shot of Stevens Pass. And right now, traction tires are advised. It is not snowing on Stevens Pass, as you can see there, but there is some snow and slush and ice on the roadway. It is the residual snow that they got over the weekend. They got a pretty good dose of it. Traction tires advised. On US 2, you're good to go on Blewett. It's fine. Roadway is bare and dry, so you're up and you're over. But I-90 is not looking particularly pleasant. Even though I'm seeing a lot of pavement, they have a chain requirement on all vehicles, both directions, unless you drive all-wheel drive. It is snowing, we're told, at the summit, although that is at the summit. I don't really see the snow, but ours is not to question why. That's a live shot. Lots of slush is the big story there. A lot of slush, and that could be difficult to keep your tires on the pavement. So to recap, it is a chain requirement right now on Snoqualmie Pass. No advisories, no restrictions on Blewett. Stevens has a traction tire advisory. As far as snow today in the mountain passes, they're going to get about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. It's going to be very cold and very windy tonight and Tuesday. The wind chill values are going to be well below zero. They're worried more about blowing snow than anything else, because it's not going to snow a great deal out of the sky, if at all, once they get through today. The rest of the week, the passes are going to be dry, but it's going to be cold and windy up in the Cascades. Change required on I-90. Traction tires on Stevens. No advisories, no restrictions on US 97. Blewett. 7 minutes after the hour, a 1-minute break, and then your Monday morning headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
It is cloudy, it is misty, it is snowing lightly. Outside of our studios, 30 degrees here in the big city. We'll be at the mid-30s today. We're going to get about an inch of snow, not a big dumping, just about an inch of snow. We're done with the precipitation for the rest of the week, but very, very cold temperatures for late February heading our way for the balance of the week. 9 minutes after the hour. Let's begin with this story. The Eastman School Board has narrowed its search for a new superintendent to the 2 final candidates, and you get a chance to meet these candidates this week. The school district said Dr. Becky Berg, who is Associated Superintendent of the American School of Dubai, and Jerry Pugh, who is the Superintendent of the Colfax School District, will be in town this week for final interviews, and public forums are going to be held at the Eastman Junior High School auditorium. The new superintendent will replace Garn Christensen. There's the good doctor. He's retiring at the end of this school year after 15 years of leading the school district. The public forum for Berg will be tomorrow and for Pugh on Wednesday, both sessions starting at 7 p.m. Last month, James Lawrence Jackson Smith was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Remember him, he attempted to strangle that employee at the Wenatchee Super 8 hotel. Well, we heard a lot about Jackson Smith during his trial, but what about the woman who survived his attack? Her name is Star Hernandez. She's 24 years old, and last week she sat down with their very own Jefferson Robbins. You can see the full interview tomorrow morning on this very program, but here's some of what she had to say about testifying at trial against Smith.
It's still traumatic to be asked, certain questions about this case, but I'm not afraid to be asked those questions because I do want people to be aware, and I want people to be more protective of themselves and of others, because this can happen anywhere. This can happen in a mall bathroom, or it can happen in basically anywhere. It can happen literally at any place. It can happen.
In talking about, describing the events of the attack, what was your emotional response like? Did you have to stop and take a pause every now and then?
I think there was once where I had to stop just because I was crying a little bit, and I had to get some tissues and kind of blow my nose and stuff. But aside from that, it wasn't that hard. I was able to push through it. In the very beginning, though, having to explain the very beginning of him grabbing me and just the first attack of that always got to me. But now that I've talked about it so much, it's kind of I'm used to it, and I'm more, I guess, desensitized to it. But I still feel that emotion of just being fearful and just afraid for my life, because for 2 whole minutes in there, at least what I think was 2 minutes in there, I genuinely thought that he was going to kill me and that I was not going to make it out of that room alive.
Now, like a lot of people, you said you're a big Law and Order fan.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from Law and Order, had you had any experience of the criminal court system in the past? Have you ever sat through a trial or anything like that?
I've been to a couple court cases, not for me, but for I went for one of my friends. They were having some issue. I think it was a money thing. It's way different from Law and Order for sure. But it was very nice, and having the experience of going into the courtroom, as a victim, it was scary, because in the beginning I didn't want to go and testify. I was I don't want to see this guy. I don't want him to look at me. I don't want to look at him. I didn't want to do it, and my prosecutor and my victim advocate, they were you have to do this. It's scary, but no, he can't hurt you. We have plenty of people there who will be there for you. It's gonna be okay. You'll have to do this, and then you will hopefully never have to do it again. And so I was I kind of just got the courage, and I was okay, it's all right. He's going away for a long time. I know that. I just have to make sure I tell my side of the story, and I tell it truthfully.
A jury convicted your attacker of assault and kidnapping.
Mm-hmm.
They did not convict him on the charge of attempted murder. How did you feel about that charge being overturned?
That was fine with me, because it was actually before they had even gotten the attempted murder put on. The prosecutor asked me about it, and he was look, it's going to be a very, very it's going to be a hit or miss with attempted murder. With the assault and kidnapping, we think that we can get him on it, but attempted murder is going to be rough. And I said, I want this put on just for my own sanity, just because of the first thing that he said to me when he grabbed me. Shush, it's okay. It'll all be over soon. I don't know how anybody can't think of that as basically a death threat, basically. I'm not gonna be mad at the jury or whatever. They did their job, they did it right. They got him for kidnapping and assault, and I don't mind that attempted murder wasn't, he wasn't guilty of it. If he was, it would have made me even happier, but that was just mainly for my own sanity, just because of what he said, because deep down, I knew that he was going to try to kill me if I did not get out of there.
And again, Jefferson's entire interview with Star Hernandez will air on tomorrow morning's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And finally, following a stressful morning of interviews by 5 out-of-town judges and then a very entertaining pageant on Saturday night, we have Royal Court, the 2022 Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court, crowned Saturday night at the Wenatchee Convention Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Ainsley Shearer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Presley Nelson.
Now the 103rd Queen to reign over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, the winner of a $10,000 scholarship, Her Royal Highness
this. Where to even begin? I would first like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for getting me to this moment. He has built me into who I am. I also want to thank my mom and dad for also building me into who I am. And I'm so proud of all of you. Thank you for helping me get to where I am today. Guys, I couldn't have done it without every single one of these girls, so let's give them a round of applause too.
Ryan is the daughter of Malachi and Kathy Salcedo. She gets a $10,000 scholarship for the Wenatchee Appalarians. Ainsley, the daughter of Tim and Christy Shearer. And Presley is the daughter of Dave and Leanna Nelson. They both receive a $5,000 scholarship from the Apple Blossom Scholarship Fund. Other awards handed out Saturday night. Most photogenic to Rita Escalera. Rita also got the award for most original speech. Presley Nelson winning the Achievement Award. And the Queen, Ryan Salcedo, won the Congeniality Award and the Community Involvement Award. And again, these three lovely ladies who will be representing the Valley over the next year will be our guests live with Eric Granstrom in the back half of the program. That's what's making news at 17 minutes after the hour. It's going to be a busy news day. We're working today, even though it's a holiday. We're going to be here and we're going to work. We're probably not going to work real hard, though. With a preview of tonight's news, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, Douglas County has a hazardous waste collection event upcoming in East Wenatchee. We'll tell you about that and all the weekend's top news stories as well. Unseasonably cold air will move in today and stick around through most of the week. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has a look at all of the weekend's high school basketball tournament action and area college basketball results. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. And don't forget, if you got a news tip or you want to drop us a note and say hi, you can do it. If you have access to the internet, you can do it. And even if you don't, if you have a phone, you can call us. Bottom of your screen are the ways you can get a hold of us. We love to hear from you, our viewers. After a break, we got sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everybody's entitled to Mike McNally's opinion, and the 2022 Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center. And I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us for the new program, Vibrant Living.
Brian's Pizza and Bowling is changing their name to That Pizza Place. Now there's still your same favorite locally owned family pizza and bowling center, That Pizza Place. Come hang out in downtown Cashmere.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.
Just about 20 minutes after the hour, busy weekend in sports. We'll go take you back to Friday night, Wenatchee and Eastman in the District 6 playoff game. These two teams meeting for the fourth time this year. Our cameras were there Friday night. Grant and Eric with the call.
Looking for that open man as Torres comes out on him. Now Panthers in a man-to-man defense.
And they've got Lloydhammer on Monahan.
Malcolm working on a Mezqua. Really tough shot, no good. There's Rivers Cook with a huge rebound. Eastmont sticking with that 2-3 zone defense here late. 20 seconds now left. 8 on the shot clock. Terrell Malcolm gets the tip and it goes out of bounds.
Now you're almost to the point where you do have to take that three.
You do. Lloydhammer. I don't know if he was behind and then throws it away as he tried to find a Mezqua. As Heimbinger will do it all over again. Trying to find somebody inbounds.
Oh, almost turned over.
And Amezcua does come up with it. What's the call? I didn't see the call with everybody standing up here, but I think the call is it went out on went out of bounds off a Panther. So Eastmont will bring it in once again. Spencer Heimbinger will bring it in. He does so to Reese Gallagher. River Cook grabs him from behind, and really
They
for
could
Gallagher,
basically put it away here.
he can. One free throw made here would just about do it. Gallagher at the line as Panthers student body makes noise. The free throw, no good. Rebound into the hands of Easley. Now Monahan, and Easley's going to be fouled. We go right-handed shooter. Easley so far tonight 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. On the way, good. Easley, his second on the way, good. And that'll do it for the Eastmont Wildcats. 3 seconds, 2. Shot taken, Lloydhammer, no good, and that will do it here at Eastmont High School in the District 6 4-8 tournament. Eastmont 52 and Wenatchee 47.
That was Friday night in East Wenatchee. Meantime, down in Yakima, Davis knocked off West Valley for the championship. Then the Wildcats traveled to Yakima on Saturday, and they beat the Rams, so they advanced to the regional tournament. The final was 63-60. Moses Lake is the champion of the District 6 4A girls tournament. They beat Ike on Friday. The Cadets then went down and lost to Sunnyside in an upset on Saturday. Boys 1A, Chelan had its season cut to an end Saturday. They lost in overtime to Lakeside, 99-96. Quincy moves on to the regionals. They beat Colville, as you see there. Cashmere, the girls will move on to the regionals. No problems over Riverside. Omak's season came to an end. It lost to Colville. The 1B, the District 1B tournament Saturday at Wenatchee High School. Riverside Christian moved on by beating Soap Lake, and Waterville Mansfield girls head to the regionals with a 32-22 win over Pateras. Lake Roosevelt advances to the regionals in the 2B with a 71-45 win over the Okanagan boys on Saturday. The Okanagan girls won the district title on Friday. They beat Lake Roosevelt. Tenasket advanced to the regionals with a win over Coupeville. So the draws were made on Sunday, and here we go. Eastmont will be a 16 seed. They'll take on Federal Way Friday at Auburn High School at 4 o'clock. Quincy is an 8 seed. They'll take on number 1 Kings Saturday at Jackson High School at noon. Brewster, a number 4 seed. They'll play Saturday at noon at Wenatchee High School against Morton White Pass. Lake Roosevelt is a 9 seed. They'll play Riverview Saturday at 2 at Eastmont High School. For the girls, Moses Lake is a 14 seed. They'll take on Olympia Saturday at noon at Tumwater High. Cashmere is a 3 seed. They'll play 6 seed Freeman Friday night at 8 at Wenatchee High School. Okanagan is the number 4 seed. They'll play Raymond Saturday afternoon at 2 at Wenatchee High School. And Waterville Mansfield has a date with Muckleshoot Tribal Friday night at 8 at Eastmont High School. 11 wrestlers from our area made the podium at Matt Classic XXXIII. That's 33 at the Tacoma Dome on Saturday. Eastmont's Nathan Chang, 7th at 126 pounds. Wenatchee's Tyler Skylman and Evan Burdan finished 5th at 170 pounds and 3rd at 220 pounds, respectively. Afraid is Hudson Sager, 3rd at 152 pounds. Quincy had 2 placers in Mr. Alvarez and Mr. Medina. Cashmere's Alvaro Lopez was 4th at 185 pounds. 3 girls picked up state championships at Matt Classic over the weekend. Quincy's Shannon Workinger at 170 pounds. Moses Lake's Bianca Johnson at 120 pounds. And Ashley Diana Narin at 115 pounds. Afraid is Marisol Flores, 2nd at 100 pounds. Wenatchee's relay teams made the podium at the boys' state swim and diving championships over the weekend. The Panthers 2nd in the 200-meter medley relay, 3rd in the 200 free relay, and 4th in the 400 free relay. Wenatchee's Austin Elwin, 5th in the 100 free. Benjamin Madsen, 3rd in the 100 backstroke. And in the adoptive swim, Moses Lake's Danny Thurman, 2nd. Eastmont's Joshua Kernke, 3rd. And Wenatchee's Danny George was 5th in the 50 free. Thurman was 3rd and George 5th in the 50 backstroke as well. Hockey, after a scoreless first period on Friday, Kate Littler lit the lamp early in the second, and that led to a nice victory. They all over Vernon on Friday night, 5-1. The game featured the return of our friend Arch Ecker to the microphone. Good to have Arch back. Here are your highlights.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Town Toyota Center for a live coverage of BCHL hockey action tonight, featuring the visiting Vernon Vipers and your Wenatchee Wild. It's Military Appreciation Night featuring home games. You got the West Kelowna Warriors coming on March 2nd. The final Wednesday. Oh, there's a shot and a score right in front. Kate Littler got a stick on it. The Vipers are arguing that it may have been played with a high stick. there. We're under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Game tied at 1. Wenatchee working from right to left. Shot in front. Score! Garrett Sidlowski, and what a beautiful goal that was. Third swings, but can't clear it. Held in by Somoza. Shot tip, score! Parker Murray on the redirection. Ian Somoza with a shot from the right boards. And Parker Murray in front got the stick on it and lobs it upstairs. Back behind the Wild net, or the Viper net. Shot, score, the one-timer from the left circle. As the Wild convert on the power play. Distantly, here's a 3-on-1 for the Wild. Caffarelli dishes over to Emerson, back across, shot, score! Jacob Karpa puts it home on the 3-on-1 break. Fans count it down, and this one is in the books.
Wild are off until Friday. They got 2 games against Cranbrook north of the border and 1 game against Trail. The Seattle Kraken lost to Calgary on Saturday 2-1. The Flames out shooting the Kraken 37-23. Seattle is at Vancouver tonight at 7 on Root Sports Northwest. College basketball, Haley Van Lith led Louisville with 20 points. The Cardinals beat Virginia Tech on Sunday 70-56. An upset Sunday in the Pac-12. Washington State beating 8th-ranked Arizona 72-67, and Washington picked up its very first conference win of the year. They beat Arizona State 74-69. Haley Van Dyke had 18 points. Men's basketball on Saturday, Gonzaga won its 10th straight conference regular season title with an 81-69 win over Santa Clara. Drew Timme, another great game for the Bulldogs, who scored 23. The Huskies fell to 13th ranked UCLA on Saturday. Washington State lost to USC on Sunday. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 21st day of February. The obscure holiday is not an obscure holiday. A lot of people have today off, of course. Banks and government offices and various governmental institutions are closed. It's President's Day. The most strange holidays of all the federal holidays for any number of reasons. There's no universal agreement on the actual name. President's Day is still recognized by the federal government as Washington's birthday. They don't call it President's Day if you're a federal employee. It's still Washington's birthday, has been a holiday since 1885, and it used to be celebrated on Washington's birthday, which is February 22nd. There's also no universal agreement on which presidents are being honored. Some states honor all of the presidents and others just specific presidents. They don't even know where to put the apostrophe in President's Day. Some states honor both Washington and Lincoln. In Illinois, they still have February 12th off as Lincoln's birthday. Washington's actual birthday has been a holiday, as I mentioned before, since 1885. In the 1950s, of course, there was a movement led by a coalition of travel organizations to move it to a 3-day weekend in Monday and honor both Washington and Lincoln. Other people wanted to do it right between Washington's birthday on the 22nd and Lincoln's birthday on the 12th. They don't do that. The National Holiday Act of 1791, passed by Congress, created a 3-day weekend for federal employees. Of course, states have no obligation to honor federal holidays. Federal holidays are federal holidays. The states can honor anybody or any holiday they want, but they all do. Happy President's Day or Washington's birthday or whatever the heck you want to call it. It's all confusing to me. Today in history, 144 years ago today, the very first telephone book came out. The thing that nobody uses anymore. When was the last time you used a telephone book? I haven't used a telephone book in 20 years, probably longer than that. New Haven, Connecticut publishes the very first telephone directory, February 21st, 1878. In 1991, the Supreme Court ruled that telephone companies do not have copyrights on telephone books because it's just the labor of collecting existing information. There's nothing creative about a telephone book. A number of cities in the last couple of years have tried to ban telephone books, say it wastes paper and is bad for the environment. The courts have ruled that telephone companies can crank out telephone books and throw them on your front porch, and you can turn right around and throw them away or throw them in the garbage. Telephone books, got to get rid of them. They're done. Toast. What do I know? Happy birthday to the Washington Monument. It was dedicated on this date 137 years ago today. Construction began in 1848, and then for 22 years, they didn't do anything. There was funding issues, there was politics involved, there was some sort of war between the Confederacy and the Union. They finally dedicated it on this date in 1885. It wasn't even open to the public until 1888. And you can tell at the Washington Monument they had stopped construction for 22 years and then started again, because about 150 feet up you can see how the different shades of marble changes. The first 150 feet was one kind of marble, and then when they started building it again after that long break, they used a different kind of marble, and you can tell. And for a couple of years, the Washington Monument was the tallest building in the world. It isn't anymore, of course. Happy birthday to the Washington Monument. 50 years ago today, what many historians consider the most important, if not the most important, foreign trip a U.S. president ever took. Nixon went to China. Nixon went to China. He figured, hey, China and the Soviet Union don't get along, so if China and the Soviet Union don't get along, the Soviet Union is our enemy, we might as well get along with China. They got 1 billion people. Doesn't do us any good not to talk to them. Nixon goes to China. Groundbreaking. 50 years ago today. And the beginning of the end for Peter Edward Rose. On this date in 1989, Cincinnati Reds manager Pete Rose summoned to the office of the Commissioner of Baseball, Peter Ueberroth, and the Commissioner-elect, Bart Giamatti, to sit down and talk about, Pete, you've been dealing, we've heard rumors, Pete, we got people out there saying you're hanging around with some pretty shady characters, you're getting involved with some folks you shouldn't be getting involved with, you're hanging around, you know, Pete, what's going on, man? Started the process. Birthdays at 32 minutes after the hour. He's worth $11 million, or $11 billion, I should say, $11 billion. David Geffen started out by creating Asylum Records because his client, Jackson Browne, couldn't get a record deal. So he said, I'll start my own label so Jackson Browne can record music. And from that point forward, it's been all uphill for David Geffen. By the way, February of 2 years ago, David Geffen sold his Beverly Hills estate to Jeff Bezos for $165 million, the largest price ever paid for a private home in the history of California real estate. David Geffen is 79 years old today, and happy birthday to Anthony Daniels, C-3PO, the only actor to appear in all 9 Star Wars movies. Anthony Daniels is 76 years old today. Kenny Baker, who played R2-D2, until his death, revealed that he and Anthony Daniels didn't like each other. They had great on-screen chemistry. Off-screen, Kenny Baker and Anthony Daniels didn't much care for each other. Anthony Daniels is 76. 33 minutes after the hour, Mike McNally's got an opinion, and then right next door to this very studio, Eric Grandstrom and the 2022 Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court live. They're coming up. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Chuck Dronan, Managing Member at Eplodolin Retirement and Assisted Living. It's been a tough year for all of us, but especially for those working and living in senior care facilities. Over the course of these many difficult months, our staff at Eplodolin has been vigilant in adhering to federal and state guidelines to protect and assure the safety of our residents and their caregivers. If you're in need of assisted living for a loved one, give us a call at Eplodolin. We're here for you.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Save on your fave at Boswell's. Right now, get $200 off stressless signature base recliners, classic base recliners with power, and new stressless cross base recliners. Or get a free accessory with purchase. It's time for stressless. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today? We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way.
Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino is the perfect place to meet in East Wenatchee. The Old West theme takes you back in time with casino gambling and poker tables. And now you can play the best games on or off the tables. Stop by and check out the new game room. All your favorite games and extended late night hours makes the Clearwater your best bet for a great time. And if time slips away having so much fun, stay the night next door at the Cedars Inn. It's all here nightly at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino in East Wenatchee.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from Localtel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from Localtel lets you decide when shows begin.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, a Christian friend of mine recently posted something on Facebook that said something like this. God made men and women, and nothing that we think, do, or feel is going to change that. Well, I suggest folks who feel that way, they should do a little research into people who are intersex and learn a little bit about these folks who were born with undefined sexual physiology. I'm sorry, it's true. There are. Okay. There are indeed those among us who are not clearly male or female, either physically, chemically, and or emotionally. And maybe it's time that we grasp the biblical concept of compassion and mercy, rather than clinging to the non-biblical idea that we are supposed to judge others who are different from us and whom we don't understand. Or maybe we shouldn't judge those who don't agree with our personal theology. Well, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Mail It Your Way in East Wenatchee has new local owners. Need a mailbox with a physical address? Mail It Your Way has them in a variety of sizes. Postal service and FedEx shipping, packaging, printing. Stop by Mail It Your Way in East Wenatchee on Grant Road next to Glaze.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life Channel.
My job is to educate my client, help them navigate a system that is difficult and complicated. It is my job to tell their story and to convince either a court, a judge, or 12 jurors of the appropriateness of our request. It's the great leveler. It's the only leveler, because the least powerful can gain the remedy they deserve that the law provides for them.
Different birds enjoy different types of foods, so it's important to offer all the right things for the birds you want to attract. Sound complicated? It doesn't have to be. Our Flying Start Combo is an all-in-one feeder that attracts all the birds in your backyard, with seed, suet, nuts, and fruit. Stop by our store to find out how you can get started feeding the birds. Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Ainsley Shearer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Presley Nelson.
Now the 103rd Queen to reign over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, the winner of a $10,000 scholarship, Her Royal Highness Queen Ryan.
Oh my goodness. Where to even begin? I would first like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for getting me to this moment. He has built me into who I am. I also want to thank my mom and dad for also building me into who I am. And I'm so proud of all of you. Thank you for helping me get to where I am today. Guys, I couldn't have done it without every single one of these girls, so let's give them a round of applause too.
Come around this way. And here we are coming to you live from Studio B here at the NCW Life Channel Studios. Go ahead and bring that in. This is a special something that we do each year for the ladies. We have our queen, Ryan Salcedo, joining us here this morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We also have our two princesses, Ainsley Shearer and Presley Nelson. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you?
Really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
So are you used to wearing the headwear yet?
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet.
You mean you didn't sleep in it? No.
We thought Ainsley showered in it.
Yeah. I just like to,
So it's been a whirlwind, I know, for you guys the last 2 days. And you have the day off from school today, so thank you for getting up early.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the other 7 are like, yeah, have it. I don't want to get up that early. So I want to know, when you got home, Ryan, what was the reaction when you finally got home and you're exhausted, but you're still riding probably a cloud?
Mm-hmm. When I got home, I was realizing, oh my goodness, what did I just do? I was like, okay. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, what do I do? I'm a queen? What? What do I do?
Because all the rehearsal and everything else, and they go through it with you guys, and the dress rehearsal and everything else, they go through coronation and stuff and practice it, but you don't really ever go, okay, that's going to happen, right?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Ainsley, how about you when you got home?
Well, me and my family, we got sparkling cider, and we used my great-grandmother's glasses, which is what my speech was about. So
Yeah, right.
we used her glasses, and we did a little toast to her and to the night. So, yeah.
Awesome. Presley, how about you?
I immediately rewatched everything.
Did you really?
And yeah, I just wanted to see what actually what did I look like? I got accepted.
So did it go by faster than you thought?
The intermission was the longest part.
So long.
But everything else went by so quickly.
Oh, believe me, for the TV audience and us trying to tap and dance during the intermission, it was a long intermission, let me tell you. That means the judges had a hard time to figure out, okay, who's going to be the 3 to represent the Wenatchee Valley. So congratulations. How hard is that, though, also for you to be standing there and you're accepting the applause, and you, of course, identified the rest of the 7. How hard is that, though?
It's really difficult because, like you said before, it did become a sisterhood, and it is still a sisterhood. And it's really difficult because you don't know how to go talk to those girls or really be like, do I go to them? Do I text them? What do we do?
Right.
Because you still love them, and you want what's best for them, and you want them to know you did such a good job tonight. And we really had to just figure that out together afterwards. We were like, what do we do? Okay, give them some space. Let's talk to them later. And every single one of them have told them how proud they are of us. So.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, there's a significant amount of money, scholarship-wise, that was handed out. Now, you picked up 2 awards aside from being queen, so $12,000.
Yes,
Does that hit you, or is that hit you maybe when you start thinking, okay, I got to pay for college?
It hit me afterwards when I was home. I was at the balcony on the stairs, and I yelled downstairs. I was like, Mom, Dad, I just won $12,000. I was so shocked.
Oh my gosh. Now, Presley, you picked up an award as well. So $1,000 on top of the $5,000 scholarship you got for being a princess. That's going to make a difference, right?
Oh, yeah. I think I went home and kind of rubbed it in my family's face. Like, I just won $6,000. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Ainsley, now I got to ask you, since you're the songstress of the bunch, and you that was your speech. You talked about your love for music. You guys have to come up with a song now. Are you already working on that?
We talked about it yesterday. We had a little powwow, but we haven't started working on it yet, but soon.
Now, we love all of our past royalty, but I'm telling you, there's been some clunkers as far as the song is concerned. We love you, but it was kind of...
Well, we were all in Stage Kids when we were little.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're pretty experienced in this. Might add a little tap to it.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
A dance? We don't know.
Oh.
We don't know. We'll see.
We're visiting with the brand new 2022 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court here this morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And what's next? What I know, is there a trip to Olympia, hopefully? I know last year the gals didn't go to Olympia at the request of Senator Brad Hawkins. So do you guys take to go?
I don't think we do this year.
Shoot.
Yeah,
we
aren't
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, and we should mention, too, that I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time ever we've had a queen that was not a member of Wenatchee or Eastmont High School River Academy. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So what do you think that's going to be like at school tomorrow when you go back?
I actually have a whole week off.
Oh, you're kidding.
Of school. No.
Oh, it's winter break?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's right. We do combine
Yes.
President's Day with a winter break at times.
Yes.
So then you're going to have a whole week of people kind of getting juiced up about the fact that they've got a queen.
Yeah. It's going to be different. Definitely going to be funny. But like you said, I have a huge family, and a lot of those people I realized were River Academy people that were there. And honestly, it's just really cool that I get to represent my school as well as my community.
Oh, fantastic. Ainsley and Presley, you're both Wenatchee High School. Yeah. So are you guys going to school tomorrow, or do you have the week off as well?
No, we have school tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a running start student,
that's right.
so I don't really have school ever.
Are you going to... Boy, she's all about rubbing it in, isn't she? Okay.
Sorry.
But are you going to go to the high school just because,
I have one class.
Sierra.
Yeah, I have one class. I'm a TA, so I get to go one time. I don't know if
I don't
I'll
know
wear
what the
tiara.
tradition is. What is the tradition? I don't know. Is an assembly? Do you walk up down the hallway with a marching band?
We'll walk up and down the hallway.
Holding hands with a crown.
We'll make sure that happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so the wave, do you guys have that down yet? Or because I noticed, Ainsley, especially you, at the close of the pageant when you guys are, and you're like, which is awesome because that's real.
I didn't know what my arm was doing.
I went home and my dad told me I was waving too fast, so I need to work on it.
But that's real, and we talked about that early on about being your true, authentic self. So I want to ask about Saturday morning and going through the judging process. I know we visited a little bit about that after pageant on Saturday night, but how confident were you after the panel interviews, after the one-on-one interviews, about how well you did going into the pageant?
Panel was a lot easier for me every single girl said that the one-on-one was a lot easier, but panel was definitely better for me. One-on-one, I feel like, I don't know why, I just kind of got out of the groove. But then my dad gave me a pep talk and was like, no, the first bit
is what is the actual like most concentrated score. So it's okay. You're good. Just go kill it tonight. And I was like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
So.
Ainsley, how about you?
I really enjoyed the one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Because we got to talk to the judges about like their life and ask them questions and things.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Is it just a one-way conversation? You're talking all about yourself, or do you get to find out a little bit about them too?
You get to find out about them too. It's a lot more of a conversation than an interview.
Nice.
It felt like.
Nice.
And I have ADHD, and like 3 of the judges told me that they did too. So that was just a really awesome
okay. All right.
experience. Yeah.
Presley, how about you? Saturday morning. I mean, 7:45 in the morning is when this whole thing started. So that means you guys had to roll out of the rack pretty early.
Yeah, the panel interview was a lot harder for me than the one-on-ones.
Really?
Yeah, I just loved connecting with them individually before, going on stage that night. So one-on-ones, so much more better.
So what was the most nervous part for you guys on pageant night? The speech?
Pageant.
Just the whole thing?
I think it was the speech for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had it memorized, so I didn't want to let my family down and forget it. Because the impromptu question.
And that's the thing.
no
Take
wrong
us behind the
answer.
scenes there, because you're practicing this in front of the mirror, in front of your family, and they're like, okay, I'm tired of hearing this speech.
Oh, yeah. My mom said she was mouthing the words as I was saying it. So everyone in my family has it memorized, I think. Yeah.
I didn't perform my speech in front of my parents until pageant.
Really?
Well, my mom helped me write my first draft, but I kind of wanted them to be surprised because it was about her grandma. So
That's really sweet.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
For me, I think the most nervous part was right before we went out, because I was like, oh my goodness, this is the moment. Like, this is real.
Like to start the pageant?
To start the pageant.
Okay.
And I was like, it's okay. Take one moment at a time. You're just going to go say your name. It's fine.
That's it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Walk off stage. It's fine.
And we heard over and over from folks that it was a great show. I mean, it was weird to have it at the convention center, but they made it happen. It was cool. The lighting I thought was pretty cool, and having fabulous feet there was kind of fun and added to the atmosphere, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Seriously. Those girls are so talented.
They're so talented.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, no kidding. So then, since we don't have a trip to Olympia in store, going to go back to school, what's your first official thing? I mean, do you know? Have you been given your itinerary yet?
Yes, we have. I think we have interviews all day tomorrow. And
Well, that's right. You got to make Radio Row, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Then we have a couple banquets and going to schools. So it's a busy schedule, but we're excited.
And you mentioned at pageant night that you're most excited about going to the elementary schools.
Yes, I'm so excited. I just love kids.
I never experienced that when I was little, because the queens and princesses never came to the River Academy. So I'm so excited because I get to experience it too.
Okay. We should mention here, we got to give credit to mom and dad. So, of course, Ryan's mom and dad, Malachi and Kathy Salcido, Ainsley's Jim and Christy Shearer, and Presley, Dave, and Leanna Nelson. Want to make sure and give credit where credit's due, because everybody did a great job of raising these young ladies. The top 10 were fantastic, and we all feel like surrogate parents. So thanks for sharing your kids with us. Now, one thing we do here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley after pageant is we have a little tradition. I know, hopefully you guys keep starting a scrapbook for this whole thing, this experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
So Ryan, this goes to you. When we are behind the scenes waiting for intermission to get over, one of the Apple Blossom folks comes up to us and they hand us a sheet to let us know who the winners are. So we know before the announcement, so that we can guide our cameras to the right spot, make sure the guy back in the studio has the right name to put on the bottom of the screen and things like that. So this is the paper that they handed to us. So you get to keep that. This is something we've been doing. Dan started this quite a while ago. So there you go. Just a little behind the scenes you can put in your scrapbook.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
That's so
That's
cool.
so cool, guys.
So when you were walking me up, you knew.
You knew?
Yeah.
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 And you didn't tell us.
No. Of course not.
If he
Now-
told you right then and there, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
Also, for being a guest on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we have a coffee mug for each of you.
so cute.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you so much.
There you go. Oops, that's going to knock my
So next time we come, we'll be so ready.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, one last time, thank you. Well, it's not the last time. We'll see during festival and things like that. Can you give us the wave? And now I gave you a cup to.
No, I can do it. Right.
All right, it's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Your 2020 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court. We'll come back with more right after this.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around North Central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been providing heating and cooling services in our valley since 1984. Arctic offers a variety of refrigeration and heating services, proudly now selling Bryant Systems. Heating and air conditioning for your home or business. Commercial refrigeration service for your coolers, freezers, and prep tables. And now, full service on gas fireplaces for your home or business. Whatever it takes, Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
And once again, congratulations to Ryan, Presley, and Ainsley. They will represent our valley and do it well. For the next year, it's all the way, they reign all the way until next year's pageant. So congratulations there. They did a really good job. And now, unfortunately, we are officially out of NCW Life Channel mugs. That was the last three we had. What do you do? From the National Weather Service on this holiday, this President's Day. One more time, let's take a look at the forecast. And we are in for some cold weather. The Arctic cold front is already beginning to slide down from British Columbia. It's going to be well entrenched by the time we get to this afternoon, and we're going to see some of the coldest air we have seen since the start of the year. With some intermittent snow off and on, just a skiff, not a lot. Upper elevations are going to get a little bit more. The Omak, Okanagan area, maybe even a couple of inches. Same deal with Chelan. Not so much down here in the valley. 36 for the high. We're 32 right now. 19 for the overnight low tonight. And then here comes lots of sunshine and lots of cold temperatures. High pressure is going to become well entrenched. It's going to park all that cold, very dry air. Relative humidity is going to be way down. Look how cold it's going to be Tuesday night. That would be a new record low on the 22nd or 23rd if we get that cold, and it's going to gradually warm up by the time we get to the weekend. That's it for us. Have a great holiday. If you have the day off, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.